Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucian Greymark and welcome back to Stonehearth. I ended my, last episode rather abruptly, but we're back and carrying on. There was jerky hidden inside that? That's a bit grim. So as you can see, our farmers are already moving apace. We need to place these beds. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place a row of beds. Probably here, I think. Easy enough. And they'll just sleep in the open air on these beds. It's not the greatest thing in the world for them, but it's better than just sleeping on the hard ground. And it's better than having those beds clogging up our inventory space. So what we're going to do with these is we're actually just going to... I actually never got around to actually using these properly. They were more of a means to an end for upgrading my carpenter. But now that we've got them, we'll probably just end up selling them for the most part, to be quite honest. And we're going to replace them with large crates. Because the small crates really only have a tiny amount of storage in them. Now let's have a look here. If we wanted to build one of my fancy wall segments, actually, we'll grab a terminal turret. Yes. Build. If we wanted to build a terminal turret here, how would it look? It would look quite sketchy, wouldn't it? We could butt it right up against that, and then pull the wall out and around that way. I'll have to have a think on that. I might create a custom wall yet. Now we're likely to see some enemies soon, so I might just grab our wannabe knight and make them into a footman nice and early. And have my carpenter, who is currently building me a great many boxes, build me one of those. Now, do I have a spare crafter hanging around? I don't really. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this daily event to pop around, and we should maybe have enough food to get another hearthling early, and hopefully they're a good craftsman. We, someone who's going to be well suited to crafting. No, we don't. Okay, so we're going to have to wait an extra day. There's the advantage of starting with the food for days sort of starting option. It gives you enough food that you can just immediately get another hearthling at the start of the game, which is an interesting premise. Certainly one I'm going to experiment with in a later game. At the moment, these little shits are just eating all of my food. Level 3 carpenter already. That's actually excellent. See how sharply they get experience when they are mined 6. It just accelerates up. It's crazy. And he's already a traffic level 1, so that's great. So what we're going to do is we're going to store wood in here. We're going to store construction materials in there. We're going to store food in there, and we're going to store pelts in there. And that'll start centralizing some of our resources. Those look like really fancy pillars now, which is kind of neat. Now there's a certain element of this game that is producing resources and like furniture to then sell to craftsmen. It's more relevant when you don't have a level 6 craftsman, because a lot of what you're doing there is creating resources to basically just give your craftsman a boost in experience. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to just create like maybe 20 of these. And we'd better have him make his fancy crafting station as well. And what that'll do is it'll just give him a bunch of experience, get him up to the top tier of craftsmanship. But it will also let me just have a whole heap of resources ready to sell to the first merchant who comes past. We're just going to stuff a bunch of ore in this one, stone in that one, and tools and weapons in that one. Go, my minions, place things in boxes. And we're going to cheat a little bit here. So what we're going to do is the moment we've got our carpenter up to level 5, maybe level 4. We're going to change them to a merchant, mason rather, because they're not specialized. They're not, you know, they're not like I have to be a carpenter. We're going to make them excuse me. We're going to make them a mason, and they'll, you know, rapidly upgrade there as well. Because none of these skills are dedicated to the character. They're all, you know, job-specific things. So there's nothing really stopping us from moving to a different profession. But every level up does give them a few more stats, which is nice. Just slightly increases their overall abilities. So this is really good, this inventiveness here. So he's got a, what's that, half of that? 33% chance to create a fine item. So that's going to get us a lot of money. So if we look at the 88 speed of a body 2 character, and then we look at our body 6 character attributes, see they've got a much higher speed rating. 98 doesn't look a lot higher, but it is. Very much is. So we're actually in pretty good shape right now. It doesn't look much different from where we started last time, except for the fact that I'm not really building structures at the moment. But we are in a much better shape. We're going to move this up here, and this up here, because we want our hearthlings to garrison here when there's an attack, because it'll be easier to defend this stairway. We can attack the enemy one at a time as they come up. And I'll start thinking about some big epic fortress that I want to put up here. In the meanwhile, what we are going to do is chip away at this. Just square off this hilltop. They'll get around to that eventually. Once they've done this underlevel, which they've already, as it turns out, done quite a bit of work on. So see, this is what I was talking about before with the way the ore veins work. You see the slightly different color rock here? That's tin ore. So if I wanted more tin, I could mine that specifically, and that would give me a lot more. But it can also mess with where you want your coffers to go, so that can be awkward. We're sort of still in that slow period of Stonehearth, but it feels like we've moved quicker this time than we did last time. How is my carpenter going? How far are you from level 4? Pretty close, so we're going to let them finish off that. Crikey, a lot of wind coming through the house at the moment. It's always a bit spooky. Had a great talk. Just keep an eye out for those nasty little enemies that pop up. How close is our carpenter to finishing his level up? Probably a couple more items. So they're harvesting the first layer of corn already, which is good. So we're gonna now, carrots rather, we're gonna now start another one. And that will encourage them to... Really, they're going all the way over there, do we? They had food right there. Whatever. Damn. So they'll get... And we wanted to just let them focus on getting this first crop done and do a bunch of mining, but now we're going to get them to double up on crops and get a little bit more done there. On the other game where I was focused on getting food, I was hoping to sell a lot of it, and then the game sort of dicked me over in that respect, but that's alright. We'll get there. We will get there. Really got to start thinking about what I want to put on this hill. So how much food have we got now? We have 35 edibles, so we've actually gone down. since the start of the day because they ate a bunch of things, but that's okay. How is our mining going? Pretty well, actually. They're getting their way through it. We really just want our carpenter now to be focused on upgrading, but they're still in the process of doing that. So what we're going to do is we're going to click you. We're going to go to... No, we're going to go here. We're going to go to our carpenter and we're going to turn off haul and build, and we're only going to let them do their job. So what they'll do now is they will grab what they need when I give them something to do. Let's make a bunch of dresses. Why not? Like, let's say 15 of them. 20 even. So now they'll go and just rapidly build 20 dresses without doing any hauling, any building, or anything else. They'll just do their job task. So we'll see a lot of work coming out from them. Oh wow, they can spawn on top of that until I get things up there? That's kind of irksome. Where are my soldiers at? Come on, get up there. We should be able to clean this up pretty quickly. No stress at all. Look at that. All done. And we're going to level up on the footman. That's great. Now, what the advantage we had there was that because we could fight them all as a group, there's only a light amount of damage that's been done to our footmen immediately, and they should be able to heal that up. So when the other waves of attacks come in, they won't already be wounded, and we won't see that gradual decline of damage. Because they deal more damage themselves when they're at full HP. So if they deal more damage, you know, they kill things quicker. If they deal less damage, they don't. So if they're at low HP and they deal less damage, they're going to end up with more damage taken. Just standard sort of strategy concepts there. And we've got that extended catalogue now. So now that we've got that level 4 carpenter, we're going to do what I said before, and we're going to go into his job menu and change him to a mason. Even though we haven't finished this yet. And we'll get one of our lower level ones, probably you, change jobs to a carpenter, and he can do what the carpenter was doing, and slowly learn the carpenter trade. So our new mason is going to build a workshop for himself. And we should have a lot of stone this time around. We shouldn't be scrabbling for stone this time, because we're not A, building anything, or B, you know, having to mine in the depths of the earth to get any stone at all. So the moment that there it is there, we'll put that there, and we'll start building a whole bunch of stone things. Here we go. And let's build like 10 of these. There we go. So that'll take a while, but when it's done, we'll have a lot of extra XP for that character. And remember, we, I believe, have them still locked on only being able to do their job. Oh, it reset when I changed them, so we'll do that again then. So now they should come over here and just immediately start. Yeah, there they go. They're just going to build all the things. And these things I'm having him build use a lot of resources, so they yield a lot of XP. Watch this bar go up. Bam. Not quite as much as I was hoping, because he's already leveled up a bunch, so it's slower to level up from then on. What we will do is place this down again, though, so that it can be harvested repeatedly. Actually, you know what? Let's try something else here. Instead of doing that, let's build bird baths. Yeah, why not? Let's make 20 bird baths. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. How are those coffers going underneath? Oh, pretty good. Not much more than what we looked at last time, but they're sort of digging their way through. Seen a lot of gold ore drop in, which is good. Gold ore is super valuable. We can sell that for a bunch. And I believe it's used in some high-tier crafting sort of goals as well. So how's your XP doing now, my friend? Yeah, it's pretty good. I might just move him back to a carpenter as soon as I've got someone else who's got 6 mind. We'll see. But the next mind 6 person we see pop up will become a blacksmith because they've got a lot of work to do. Drop level 2, excellent. And here we go. Okay, so we're going to want to start building some houses for these people now. We'll put a wall on top of here at some point, but for now, let's craft a town tower. Town tower? So I just want to make another one of these, actually. They're kind of nice looking. Alright, so let's... Oops. Let's put it on the low ground for now. We can always, you know, put it elsewhere later. And we'll make it the farmer's house, why not? Let's do that. Right, so our new fancy carpenter should automatically go right ahead and start building those things that we need. Yep. We'll just get rid of that off the queue. There we go. And you've seen them build things before, that's no great excitement. Carpenter level 1, excellent. Notice how quickly he got carpenter level 1 and how our mason is still struggling to get level 2. That's because this mason is already like level 5 or whatever it was, level 4. So they've already got a bunch of XP and it takes a long time to then level up more. But the mason doesn't have a lot of work to do past the early stages of the game. So we really just need them to get the blacksmith's hammer done, and once that's done they can just build things until the end of time without having to stress. Which is why we sort of wanted to put a same person onto that we already knew was going to produce pretty good stuff. And maybe it would have been quicker to do it the other way, but we don't actually have a hearthling yet to fill that blacksmith's role, so we're in no great rush. What we really need to focus on at the moment is food. Food and housing. And they'll pretty quickly build these houses up now, because we've got a lot of wood sitting around. Okay, so what we've got now is, you'll see here we've got these pelts. We can just sell these for money. Like we don't, these are just basically an infinite resource. We can just sell those whenever they pop up, which is actually fantastic. And here we go. There's where the real money starts coming in. So let's see if we can't get some leather, because those are actually incredibly expensive and incredibly valuable, because it takes a long time to get leather working going. But if we can just have some leather on hand, like we now do, then we can just use that to make armor later without having to go into a leatherworking profession, which will save us a hearthling spot. We'll probably go into a leatherworking profession later anyway, because weavers are important for creating other stuff as well. Weavers do the leatherworking. So for now, we're just going to buy leather and that'll do. Later on, we'll just make it ourselves. And hopefully someone pops around soon who will buy our bird baths from us. Oh, have they already done that? And still not leveled up. Wow. Okay, let's make another 20 of these damn things. We should still have just a bunch of stone. Yeah, we do. How close are you to the next level? Very close. So I think we only need to get to level... Is it 3 for the blacksmith's hammer? Yeah, level 3. We might end up switching it out yet. This is taking a long time. We should have swapped to the mason earlier. Oh, sorry about the yawning, people. So many bird baths. There we go. Alright, so let's... Level 1's a long way away. So our 2 farmers will live in here, I think. Game's already got a place it wants me to put a bed, but we'll shift that. Crikey. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. How are those coffers going? Pretty good. Why? Oh, I see. They're pulling it down and then putting it up a little bit across so that they can build the roof. That works. Cool beans. So my farmers can only haul and do their job task. They can't build or mine, which is a little annoying. Finally have enough for a new hearthling. What have they got? 4, 3, 2. We might just do something a little bit scary here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna grab you, change job, and we're gonna make you a herbalist. Yep. Wait until that goes through. There it is now. So now we're gonna pause it again, make our mason back into a carpenter. Go. And then as soon as that's... No, stop that. He's got to finish what he's doing. No, stop. Okay, there we go. Okay. And now we're going to make our new person into a change job into the mason. So we're going to have to re-level them up again, which is slightly irksome, but that's fine. Now carpenter doesn't really have anything to do right now, but we are going to make an archer's bow, because we are going to want an archer at some point in the near future. And while I'm thinking about it, let's grab our stone door that we built, our tunnel door, and put it there. Cool. Alright, so, fixing my mistake from earlier, we now have someone who is a dedicated mason who will learn the trade. Hopefully we get another trader soon, because as you can see, we're getting a lot of stuff piled up out here. The place where I have to store furniture is chock-a-block. Ah! Timing. Right, let's get rid of all of those. Sell, 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 sell all. Keep that one. And sell, 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 sell. Oh my god, they make them so quickly. It's alright. Just keep getting money. I'm alright with this. Oh, I see. It says they're putting them into the thing. So we're just gonna keep this survivalist here, so that as they put things in, we can just sell them. I think they might have actually gotten ahead of the curve. Cool. So what we'll do now is ignore everything that she has to sell, because we just got a shed load of gold. Look at that. 365 coins. One for every day of the year. Now our furniture store only has some crates in it. I should have sold the crates. That was daft. Are you level 1 yet? You are. Excellent. So we'll start making these braziers, which are worth a little bit more. Ooh, invaders. What do we got? Where are these little shits? Alright, everybody run. You move to here. Come on, get with the rest of your teammates. They will help you. There you go. Clean it up. Go team. Alright. How are we doing for these beds? Shift you here. Assign. I've forgotten how to assign beds to people actually. Oh, it hasn't actually been placed yet, that's why. Fuck's sake. Yeah, there we go. Right, you are for one of my farmers. You. Ooh, level 2 mason. Look at that. Look at how fast that's going compared to our poor carpenter trying to do it. That was a daft thing I tried to do. But that's okay. So we're in pretty good shape now. Just need to get... We'll create one of each of these. Or not, because we don't have any clay. But that's okay. We'll create a bunch of stone tables, because these things are worth a ton. We'll just keep trucking along. And with our carpenter, we're going to keep making fine dresses, hopefully, because they are worth a lot. Like 50 of the damn things. Can we edit them mid-game? Oh, we can. Make them sisters. There we go. Cicely Homer and Abby Homer. Spelled Abby with one B. That was kind of BM. There we go. The farming sisters. So what we're really doing now is trying to rush the blacksmith again. So what we did last time, we're now trying to do quicker. We got the blacksmith last time, but it wasn't quick enough to get really good weapons and armor to save the HP of our footmen. So we're going to try and do that again. This time we've got someone really working hard on the mason workbench to get there. Where is our mason? What are they up to? Our mason is sleeping currently. We're going to stop them from doing anything with their job. And, you know, sleeping and eating, obviously. They're already very close to level 3, so that's good. Very close to having an extra person there. Very, very close. I think I'll let this day run out. Then I'll save here. I'll probably just keep playing, actually. We'll just call that the end of the recording after this day. And I'll record a couple more, because I'm sort of in the swing of it today. And then I can just upload them as I go. Wow, this tin vein is actually going to go for miles. That's great. This tin tends to expend pretty quickly. What have we actually got in here? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So what we're going to do now is actually start working on the masons area a wee bit. Get that going. Filter ore only. And we'll filter this one for wood only, because the smith, not the mason, the smith actually needs a great deal of wood because it's used in the smelting of ores, obviously, because you need some way to heat the furnace up, right? Oh, good, and we can sell some more stuff here. Let's get rid of those. Sell. Where's all my furniture at? Sell. Sell. Keep the bed. Sell that. Sell that. We're making a lot of money off this poor survivalist. We don't really need to buy any of this, and she doesn't have any food, so we're just going to keep earning money until we're at a state where we can start buying some better materials. She's in pretty good shape right now. Got some promising progress towards Mason level 3. Where is my Mason? Where are they up to? Carpenter, Mason? Mason. Level you very close. How much does that go up each time you finish something? Trap level 3, cool. Quite a bit, actually. Oh, trap failed. Man, these animals are just getting too smart. All these traps are working. Hey, Mason level 3, okay. Get rid of the rest of those from the queue. Build that. Mason's pedestal. Build that. And we'll make a couple of these. Now we just need another person who can be a blacksmith. So we're going to start focusing on improving our net worth. Do we have anyone who can become a mason? Not really. You could, but I really want you to level up quickly as a fighter. No, we really just need another person. Even just any old person would do at this point. Okay. Alright, so we'll call it here. Thank you for watching. My name is Lucian Greymark, and I hope you join me next time for the next episode of Stonehearth. Have a good day.